Welcome to Mexico City, a place where the streets are alive with flavor, culture, and history. Today, we're diving deep into the heart of the city to discover the best street food Mexico City has to offer. From mouth-watering tacos to sweet churros, prepare your taste buds for a journey you won't forget. Let's explore the flavors of Mexico City's streets. Before we dig in, let's take a moment to appreciate the rich history behind Mexican street food. The tradition of street food, or antojitos, dates back to pre-Hispanic times. Indigenous people sold tamales, atole, and tortillas long before the Spanish arrived. Over centuries, Mexican street food evolved, blending indigenous ingredients with Spanish influences, creating a culinary experience like no other. Today, it's a vital part of Mexico's identity and culture. From markets and street vendors to today's vibrant food scene, street food is the heartbeat of Mexican culture. And in Mexico City, the options are endless. Let's start with the undisputed king of street food in Mexico City, Tacos al Pastor. These delicious tacos have a fascinating origin story. Believe it or not, Tacos al Pastor were inspired by Lebanese immigrants who brought shawarma to Mexico in the 1920s. The Mexicans adapted the dish using pork instead of lamb, marinating it in a blend of chilies and spices, and serving it on a corn tortilla with pineapple, cilantro, and onions. As you walk through the streets of Mexico City, you'll find countless vendors with vertical rotisseries, known as trompos, where the marinated pork spins and cooks to perfection. The smell alone is enough to draw you in, but the taste, oh, the taste. Each bite is a perfect balance of savory, sweet, and spicy, making it clear why Tacos al Pastor are a must-try. Next up, we have the beloved elote. If you're in Mexico City, you can't miss these grilled corn on the cob delights. Elote is a staple street food, often sold by vendors pushing carts with steaming pots of corn. The corn is slathered in mayonnaise, sprinkled with cheese, chili powder, and a squeeze of lime. It's messy, it's flavorful, and it's incredibly satisfying. There's nothing quite like biting into the crunchy, creamy, spicy goodness of an elote as you stroll through the city. For those looking for something a bit more unique, tlacoyos are a lesser-known but equally delicious option. These thick, oval-shaped corn mesa cakes are stuffed with beans, cheese, or chicharron, then griddled to perfection. Topped with nopales, salsa, and cheese, tlacoyos offer a hearty and filling bite that's both rustic and authentic. They're often found in markets and street stalls, and each vendor puts their own spin on this traditional dish. Moving on to something on the sweeter side, let's talk about churros. Churros are a popular street food treat that's perfect for satisfying your sweet tooth. These crispy golden sticks of fried dough are rolled in cinnamon sugar and served hot. The best part, many vendors offer dipping sauces like chocolate or caramel, making churros an irresistible indulgence. In Mexico City, you'll find churro vendors on almost every corner, especially in the evenings when people are looking for a sweet snack to end their day. And trust me, once you try one, it's hard to stop at just one. Another sweet treat that deserves a mention is pan de muerto, especially if you're visiting during Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. This traditional bread is flavored with orange blossom and topped with sugar, representing the bones of the deceased. It's a symbolic and delicious part of Mexican culture that you can find at street vendors and bakeries during the festival. For those who prefer savory over sweet, quesadillas are a go-to option. In Mexico City, quesadillas are often served without cheese unless you ask for it, which might surprise visitors from other parts of the world. These are not your typical quesadillas. They're stuffed with ingredients like mushrooms, huitlacoche, a type of corn fungus, squash blossoms, or chicharron. Griddled to perfection and topped with salsa and crema, they're a comforting and flavorful meal on the go. If you're in the mood for something truly unique, try tacos de canasta or basket tacos. These tacos are prepared early in the morning, stuffed with fillings like potatoes, beans, or chicharron, and then steamed in a basket lined with cloth to keep them warm. The result is a soft, flavorful taco that's perfect for breakfast or a midday snack. You'll often find vendors selling them from bicycles, ringing a bell to announce their arrival. Let's not forget about tamales, another iconic street food that has been around for centuries. Tamales are made from corn mesa dough, filled with ingredients like chicken, pork, cheese, or even sweet fillings, then wrapped in corn husks and steamed. They're a staple at breakfast time, often served with atole, a traditional hot corn-based drink. Whether you go for savory or sweet, tamales are a comforting and satisfying bite that's deeply rooted in Mexican tradition. As you wander through Mexico City's vibrant streets, you'll also come across tostadas. These crispy flat tortillas are piled high with toppings like ceviche, shredded chicken, beans, lettuce, crema, and salsa. The contrast of textures and flavors makes tostadas a fun and delicious street food that's perfect for a quick bite. One of the most exciting things about Mexico City's street food scene is the sheer variety of options. No matter where you go, you'll find something new and delicious to try. From gorditas, thick corn cakes stuffed with fillings, to sopes, which are similar but smaller and topped with a variety of ingredients, there's always something to satisfy your cravings. And then there's pozole, a hearty soup that's a meal in itself. Made with hominy, corn, pork, and a rich, flavorful broth, pozole is traditionally garnished with radishes, lettuce, oregano, lime, and chili. It's a dish that's often enjoyed during celebrations, but you can also find it at many street food stands throughout the city. Each region in Mexico has its own version of pozole, but in Mexico City, you'll find a rich red pozole that's both comforting and packed with flavor. Finally, we can't leave Mexico City without mentioning tlayudas, a specialty from the Oaxaca region, but widely available in the city. These giant, crispy tortillas are topped with refried beans, lettuce, avocado, meat, and cheese, then folded and toasted until everything is warm and melty. Tlayudas are a perfect example of how Mexican street food brings together different regional flavors to create something truly special. As we come to the end of our culinary journey through Mexico City, it's clear that the city's street food scene is as diverse as it is delicious. Each bite tells a story, from the indigenous roots of tamales to the fusion of cultures in tacos al pastor. Whether you're a seasoned traveler or a first-time visitor, exploring the flavors of Mexico City's streets is an experience that will stay with you long after the food is gone. So next time you find yourself in Mexico City, be sure to hit the streets and discover these incredible flavors for yourself. You won't be disappointed. Thanks for joining us on this delicious adventure. Until next time, keep exploring, keep tasting, and keep discovering the world one bite at a time, discovering the flavors of Mexico City's streets.